For Canadian Paul Nolan, Rollo, Saskatchewan is a long way from Broadway. After his starring run in the New York production of Slave Play ended in January, and with TV and stage auditions shutting down, it was time to come home.
I was in the middle of kind of fishing for the big fish when this all kind of came down, and we jumped ship and came up to Saskatchewan.
The curtains are closed on Broadway until at least June 7th. Unlike 9/11, when theaters reopened 2 days later to show the city's resilience, this time officials say events that draw big crowds will be among the last to reopen.
If they told us today we could come back, we wouldn't be able to be back between 4 and 6 weeks because we'd have to get our cast back together, we'd have to go through rehearsals.
The Broadway Trade Association says most shows can't afford to run in half-empty theaters, so they need social distancing rules eased and have safety measures in place to protect both the audience and performers. Tourists make up 65% of Broadway audiences, so the domino effect hits the city's hotels. Industry insiders say the key to bringing people back goes beyond testing and slowing new infections.
The biggest challenge is if public health authorities are able to convince everybody that it's safe to come back.
New York hotels are discussing a rating system like health grades at restaurants to assure visitors it's safe.
That'll be a signal to customers that, hey, this hotel's done XYZ in terms of sanitation, in terms of social distancing, in terms of equipment, and so those are some of the things that will bolster confidence.
Back on the farm, Paul Nolan is looking at a long hiatus.
I'll be lucky to be auditioning for anything seriously until next year.
He says he'll be back because the show must go on eventually. Stephen D'Souza, CBC News, Toronto.